All right, so step 4, following up with the prospect. Now, what this means is simply do what you told them you're going to do. Call them back on that certain day. Whatever that you made that time commitment, you just want to call them back. Say if you're going to say, well, I'm going to call you back on a Tuesday, call them back on a Tuesday. You know, remember back in the inviting stage, if I would you? All right, if you see this tomorrow, if I called you that next day, would you have seen it by? Yes. So now you're just calling them back. So people take 4 to 6 exposures to do something. Now your goal is maybe to condense those exposures to a limited amount, which gives you faster results. So always make that a key. All right, so when you call your prospect, you know, remember you just did the 8-step invitation. You're going to call them. And what are you going to say? Ask the question to see if they did what you asked them to do. Did you watch the video? Did you check out the website? Did you look at the material? Whatever you did, have them do, just ask them simply the question. All right, so if they say no, hey, say no problem. It's okay, I know life gets in the way. When do you think you can see it for sure, for sure? Now, what am I doing here? I'm simply saying, you know, no problem, I'm relating to them, no problem, life gets in the way. When do you think you can see it for sure, for sure? And go through that time commitment again. Well, maybe I can see it tonight. All right, great. If I called you tomorrow, will you have seen it? Yeah, great. All right, I'll talk to you then. Never, if they haven't seen it, don't go into it. Don't go into your opportunity because they haven't seen it. They have no idea what it is. So just say, no problem, cool, call you back this time. Now if they say yes, all right, cool. Now you're going to the next step. Step 2 in this. Amateurs say, what did you think? Remember, the problem with this, it invites objections. What did you think? Well, I like this, but I didn't like this. Oh, this was, you know, this, I didn't like this and I didn't like that. Remember, what did you think invites objections. What the pros do is ask leading questions, okay? Questions that really inspire them to say something positive in their response. Like, did it make sense to you? Exciting, isn't it? You know, what did you like best about what you saw? What did you like more, the product or the opportunity? All these questions are leading to a positive response. So it gives them to say, think positively when they're answering. So, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Anthony. Hey, what's up going on, man? This is Darren. Hey, we met a couple days ago, and I gave you that card to check out. Hey, were you able to check out the website? Yes? Cool. Hey, awesome, man. Did it make sense to you? It did. Awesome. What did you like best about it? Well, you like this and great and great, great. So he's going to tell you what he liked best about it. Cool. All right, so the next thing. So if he's really positive, then you want to move into step 3. And so you want to kind of take their temperature in the way we call it. You want to see if they're interested to an extent where you actually want to pursue them. So simply when they ask after they say what they like best about it, say, hey, Anthony, really quick, on a scale between 1 and 10, 1 meaning you're not interested and 10 you are, and you're ready to get started today, where are you at? And wait for their response. You know, if they say, well, I don't know, maybe. So if they say that, well, what number are you? Make sure you get a number so you can really see. If they say a 7 to a 10, that means, yeah, they're excited about this. They just need a little bit more information and they're ready to rock and you can move to the next step. If they say from 4 to 6, you know, they're on the fence. They probably want more information and kind of understand how it all works more. Didn't really comprehend it in the video or the website. And so you can probably work with them. Anything 1 to 4, you know, you can really just take it on your own leap of faith and see if you want to work with them or not, or just say, hey, no problem, this probably isn't for you, and see, do you know anybody else that you think this would be an awesome opportunity? However, you can take a 1 to an 8. You know, they can get inspired if they want to see more information. So always keep that in mind. So if somebody said, well, I think I'm an 8, awesome. Well, hey, what are you doing this next week? Maybe perhaps tomorrow. I would love to set up a meeting with you and we can go over more information and answer your questions that you have and create that meeting. Okay, if they said, all right, well, I'm a 5. Well, Anthony, let me ask you a question. What do you need answered to get you to an 8 or a 9? Or is there anything that you need to get to an 8 or 9? They might say, well, I want to know how to get paid, or I want to know exactly what I need to do before I can make a decision, which is fine. You don't know what they need, so just simply ask, what can I do, or what can I show you to get you to a different number, a higher number? Okay. Now, if they're a 1, you know, you can say, well, what can I do to get you to a 6? Well, I don't think you can do anything. All right. Hey, no problem. Well, I really appreciate you checking it out. Do you think you know anybody else that would love this opportunity? And try to get another contact. So up to you on how low a number you want to go and how much you want to work with that person. All right, so let's say you're meeting with them now. You created that, they loved what you saw, and you're meeting with them. Okay, you sit down, you're going over the information, and what happens when a little word called objections come into play? Now this is crucial and key in how to answer to objections, because let's take it. If somebody says, you know what, I like your shirt, but it doesn't really fit on you, you're going to get defensive and automatically going to go after that person. Well, you know what, I love this shirt. It works well with my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you truly love and believe, even though you just seen it, anytime somebody comes after you and that negativity comes at and like a force, you're going to get really defensive. Well, that is not the goal in what you're doing here. You neither want to be defensive or nor offensive. Why does that mean? Because you don't want to be on their side or you don't want to be defensive. Remember, you are simply a professional consultant. What helped me, actually personally, is just thinking if you went to your financial advisor. He's not going to tell you what to do. He's not going to tell you what not to do. He's simply going to provide you options. Okay, so when you walk into Mr. Advisor, I have $30,000. You know, what is your advice? And he's going to say, you know what, Darren, I think you should maybe look into this, look into this, look into this, and maybe look into this. He's never going to say, well, do this and do that. You know, and then, or, you know, if you want to do this, he's going to say no. No, he just simply gives suggestions. That is the key, suggestions. All right, so say if the person really loves it, but starting to come out with the objections. What do you say? What do you do? All right, so the goal, remember, is to get education and understanding, because a lot of people, if they have a lot of objections, they want to feel smart. And not saying that they want to be smart, Alex, but they just want to feel smart. So the best approach is just to relate with them and avoid making people feel stupid. And just tell stories or other people's stories and just relate to them. So objections fall into two categories. All right, objections under personal belief. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I can't do this. I'm not a public speaker. I, or I. Personal. Objection number two is about MLM, network marketing. It's the belief in network marketing. So there's two ways to approach this objections and how to answer them. All right, it's pretty easy. First objection under personal belief, you're simply going to do tell a story, ask a question. Tell a story, ask a question. One more time, tell a story, ask a question. Why? It's because you're going to relate to them and it's going to come and reapproach the situation, their objection, and it's going to come back to them and you can really relate to them. So let's say, for an example, well, you know what, I love this opportunity, but I really don't think I have the time. Okay, what are you going to say? Well, we know you have the time. I mean, we see you watch TV for 3 hours and you listen to the radio and you go shopping for 2 hours a week. You know, that's just going to put them, they're going to run away from you. No, tell a story, ask a question, relate. You know what, Anthony, I know how you feel. When I first started this, I didn't have the time either, you know. But here's what I thought, Anthony. I looked past my 5 years and I didn't like what I saw. And I can see if I was doing the same thing for the next 5 years, I wasn't going to like what I saw either. But until I realized that I needed to make a time for me to change, then I made that time. And just hearing from you right now, Anthony, that I think that you want to make that change. You don't want to look from your past 5 years to your next 5 years. And so I think that if you really wanted to make that change, which I did, I made that time frame. You know, do you think you want that change in your life to be able to make that time? And you know, and so what I did, I just kind of related them in my own personal story. It's like, yeah, I had that exact same thought, you know, and I wanted to change, and this is what I did, you know. So are you able to make that time? Do you think you want to do that? And ask them that question to give them that option. Because when you relate to them, it's like, oh, well, if he did it, I could do that. So now they're cool. So any objections, tell a story, ask a question. Now, on the objections for network marketing per se, you know, is this a scam? Is this a pyramid scheme? Is this illegal? You know, is this one of those things? You know, best thing to do is flip it. Ask a question, tell a story. So they're going to say, oh, man, Darren, well, this sounds cool, but is this one of those MLM companies? Oh, no. What happened? Is it you? How do you know about, what happened to you? Is it somebody you know? Was it you? Meaning, you've probably been in an MLM, or you probably know somebody been into a multi-level marketing company, and they probably know a story and they had bad results. And so they're just thinking, oh, is this one of those MLM companies? So simply ask them what happened. Oh, what happened to you? Was it the company? Was it you? Did you have a team? Did it fall? Did it fail? Did the company go out? Whatever it is, just ask them a question. And then relate to them with a story. So those are the two ways. Anything from personal belief, tell a story, ask a question. Anything from MLM, question, story. Cool. All right, so the 4-question close. Now, if you memorize these 4 questions, this is going to help you close dramatically quicker and more seamless, which is cool. All right, so after you explain to them the process and a little bit of information and telling your story or pointing to third-party material, you simply ask, based on what you've seen so far, if you were to get started right now with this company, how much would you need to make that's going to make this worth your time? And wait for their answer. I need to make $800. Great. So approximately how many hours can you commit each week to develop your $800? 6 hours. Okay, cool. How many months would you work to be able to get that income 4 weeks. Okay, so if I could show you how to develop an income of $800 and you're working for 6 hours for 4 weeks, would you get ready to be started? And so you're basically just restating what they said and recommitting themselves of the answers that you asked them and the answers they gave you, and you're just simply saying, okay, if you get this, would you ready to get started? Cool. If they say yes, great. Then, all right, let's go over the compensation plan, create a structure of what and how for them to get that money. Now, if you think about it, this is a recruiting army, so they're not getting hired by you, or they don't have a boss. And so when somebody goes to work for corporate America or a job or anything like that, they're going to get told what to do. So they're just waiting to be told what to do. With this industry, they're not going to have anybody being told what to do. So it's helpful for the leader to guide them in steps of what can make them more progressive. And so just kind of lay out a plan for them. Be a consultant. That's key. Remember, your job is to simply just ask questions and help them. Help them get what they want and not what you want.